Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly. And that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Keneduagu now out of his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll try and start this drive in the air. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. 7 yards, the pickup there.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
2nd down and 3. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. To throw, Cousins. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So, Charles, defensively here, you're going up against a veteran quarterback. He's got a lot of know-how, a ton of savvy, but a guy who's not the most mobile of quarterbacks. What's the plan of attack?
You spend all week pumping up your defensive front. Your defensive tackles, your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys who go after the quarterback the most, because you know that he's not going to run and beat you consistently throughout the game. You can rush more aggressively off the edge and even up the middle, because even if he evades you, he's not going to go very far. You have a lot more confidence going after him in the pocket.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Touchdown, Vikings! Dalvin Cook, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
No problem there on the extra point. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far. Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
From the gun, Herbert on third down. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Now Cook hit, and he lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9. Going to throw on third down with Herbert. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. On fourth down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now Cousins to Jefferson on the slant. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 83 yards. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. To return it, Darius Phillips. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. He'll hand off here to Eckler. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. The linebacker Jordan Hicks flying in there for the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking scheme.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you know.
We're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. Charles, I don't know what's going on in that defensive team meeting room, but they better keep it rolling. 3 picks last week, 2 here now in the first quarter.
Everyone talks about creating turnovers and getting takeaways, but until it gets put into action, It's just talk. And right now, it's in action and in a big way. Now they've got the receivers wondering if they have to turn around and play more defense instead of running routes.
He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. These two teams all tied after one. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's 2nd down. On 2nd and 7, Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And he's got his tight end, that's Smith. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work. And that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a 1st down.
On 1st down, Cook. Room to run past midfield. 30, 20, 10, 5, and he gets it all the way down to the 3. 107 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this 1st half. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Madison, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year, number 6 overall. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is now 21-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. On the return, Phillips. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Option play, and they'll give to Eckler. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And that's going to be good for a Chargers 1st down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line. Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. Here's Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the give, this is Eckler. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. He and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Herbert on 3rd down now. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And he's got it. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now Carter. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Here's Carter. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Stephen Carter, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point good by Hopkins. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive, as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cook. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Joey Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach?
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Taking it about the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Cook. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins.
Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They'll run on first down. It's Cook. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. 123 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. From the 45 on second down, Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 25-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. They run it again with Cook. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
Oh, we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through and picking up first downs.
A first down throw for Cousins. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Play action. It's Herbert. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's Desmond Trufant, and the Vikings will take over possession here up at the 44.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
And that's why Dalvin Cook is the Minnesota Vikings featured back. You put the ball in his hands, good things happen. 2nd in the NFL last year in rushing with 1,557 yards. And that's now back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons with 30 combined total touchdowns. What a player is Dalvin Cook.
On 2nd down, Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Cousins. This goes out wide from Madison. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action.
You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. Throw left side complete. That's Osborne. A gain of 6 there on 1st. On 2nd down now, it's Cook. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 156 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. On the carry, it's Cook. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. To throw is Cousins. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Cousins gives way to Cook. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
3rd and goal for Cousins. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal. A little extra pressure with this one for Greg Joseph. This to break our 4th quarter tie. The kick by Joseph is good. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
The Charger drive about to get going. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ballgame. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Herbert. That's into the hands of Eckler. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A big play there for L.A. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A handoff. It's Eckler. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. On the carry, it's Jackson. And he fights his way in for a Charger touchdown. His 3rd rushing touchdown of the year, his 5th overall. And the Chargers are going to retake the lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And able to get this out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Cousins throw there taken in by Smith. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. Boy, 175 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Now a man open down the middle of the field. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. And that's going to be incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Got to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Now Cousins. It's caught. Smith. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Cousins. And oh, that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 10.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 27-yard line. Cousins to throw.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Cousins. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Back to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. Point after, right down the middle. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. On the return, Phillips. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Now Herbert. At 5 yards, not going to cut it here. That clock continues to run. Throwing, Herbert. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Herbert to Guyton, and he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. One last throw here for Herbert. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here.